Yo, this your girl Just Bree. Coming back at you from the East Coast. Um, represent. Trying to think of a fly introduction, so bear with me, y'all. But in any event, I'm gonna go over this video real quick by Soncerae about where to find a sugar daddy. Okay, maybe she can give me some tips. All right.
It's a lot of women out here looking to marry a provider because they want him for his money. Well, I'm here to tell you, you don't have to marry a dude just to get bread out of him. Men are a little bit more simple than that. I spent many a year as a sugar baby. I mean, am I proud of it? Pretty much.
She spent many a year as a sugar baby and she's proud of it. Okay, what years was that? And I have yet to hear about you brag about what you've had in the past. You ain't said nothing about a purse, a bag, a shoe, red bottoms. You don't talk about them. You never had Gucci, you never had Prada. So, girl, what are you talking about?
Yeah, I don't regret it. I don't regret anything I've experienced in my life because it shaped me into the woman that I am. And I'm an amazing woman now. I learned a lot of valuable lessons.
Okay, so you notice how she always gotta say how amazing she is. Like, she's always gotta give herself props. Like, if you're really that person, you shouldn't have to do that. Other people do that for you. Okay. And if any of this advice, by the way, is working, why aren't people making videos saying how much you helped them, Soncerae? As long as you've been on here and as many as fake subscribers that you have, girl, get your life.
From a lot of different people and a lot of different experiences. So we're going to talk about where you meet a sugar daddy pre-pandemic and post-pandemic. Okay, now finding a sugar daddy online.
Now, this is a mother of two, okay, and of an adult child and a toddler, and you're giving tips on how and where to find a sugar daddy. Um, anyway,
That's legit. It's slick hard because you have all of these people contacting you claiming that they're a sugar daddy, and some of them are actually scammers. Now, let me just say, young bunnies, please, please don't send out money, okay? Especially not on no Cash App. Now, what I usually tell sugar daddies who come to me and ask me for advice on how to pick a sugar baby, I tell them,
men come to her asking for her advice on how to pick a sugar baby. On what planet, girl? What? Jesus, help us.
this is what you do instead of kicking out bread because they're afraid they're going to kick out some bread and then she's going,
Now, what professional woman talks like that? Kicking out bread, and then every other word you change in your damn accent. 1 minute you from Maryland or Baltimore, 1 minute you from New York, and then you from Atlanta. Girl, you just as fake and phony as they come.
to run. I say, listen, buy them something off their Amazon wish list and build a relationship, build a friendship first. None of the sugar daddies I've had came fast. They literally came with time. I literally had to build friendships with them. I literally had to make sure that they understood that there was a possibility that they could sleep with me. Didn't mean.
So listen to the deceit. She's teaching her daughter, um, if her daughter is dumb enough to pull this shit up about how to be deceitful to a man. That's the kind of character that you want to push forward, really, Miss so-called counselor. How to be a damn hoe, essentially.
I was going to sleep with them. Didn't mean I did sleep with them. However, you have to keep the option open. If you always come to a sugar daddy, making it seem like you and him ain't never gonna make it, you ain't never gonna get no bread out of him, okay? Now, I'm a big believer on not manipulating.
To anybody out there listening, is this? I've been following her for a couple years now, and I believe this is the first time she's ever said anything about being a sugar baby. So, in which era was this that you were a sugar baby, Sansare? And again, What kind of fur coats, leather coats, um, red bottoms, Christian Dior's? What did you get from these men?
People. You don't have to lie to a sugar daddy. You don't have to trick a sugar daddy. At the end of the day, all you got to do is really be genuine, okay? You really have
Now, what a contradiction. Be genuine, but at the same time, she's telling you to pretend like you're willing to sleep with them. If that ain't some schizophrenic, bipolar ass shit.
to be a nice girl and a good looking one, meaning you always got to take care of yourself. Eat right, make sure you clean, make sure you dress nice, make sure you
Oh my God, she's like 80 pounds overweight, talking about eat right, dress right, wearing that blue sweater, that raggedy blue sweater with holes in it for days on end. Um, and what else she saying? Smell nice, girl. Now you know that we know what you said about your smell. Okay, so you tried it. Your bacterial vaginosis having girl.
speak well. Those are the qualities that you have to have in order to get a decent sugar daddy, okay? I ain't talking about no ratchet thousandaire. I'm talking about real high end sugar.
A ratchet thousandaire? Excuse me, girl. So what you saying? You saying you didn't have men with six figures or more, girl? Mm.
Daddy. I've had sugar daddies buy me cars, condos, houses.
Oh, oh my God, she is lying. Whoever fought for this, they need their head examined. Just like she need hers. She need to go back on her medication. Soncerae, go back on your medication, girl.
Shoes, handbags, makeup, clothes, healthcare stuff like eyewear, because I wear contact lenses. They've bought eyewear, prescription drugs for me. They have done a
Prescription drugs, girl. What you mean, penicillin? Or your Valtrex? Girl, shut up. Or your blood pressure pills for your high blood pressure, or your diabetes medication. Soncerae.
amazing things. Dinner for me, gifts, flowers, stuff for my daughter. Sugar daddies have really taken good care of me. Now, not every sugar daddy is married. A lot of people think that sugar daddies want side chicks or they're married. And a lot of men who are married and multimillionaires or millionaires, a lot of times they travel a lot. They work a lot. They're not at home and they have a lot of alone time. So a lot of times they just want to use that alone time to be in the presence of a woman. Usually it's their work schedule that's getting them to have to, like look for a sugar baby because a lot of times they just don't have time to go out there and date. So sugar daddies are looking for sugar babies that they can trust. All right. Now, building the trust is so important. Building that friendship is so important. Don't lie. Don't manipulate him. Just tell him the truth about your situation. A lot of times when you tell them the truth about where you stand and what you're doing with your life, a lot of times they'll just kick in the gear and start giving you bread for those things. I'll tell a sugar daddy, hey, I need money for, my investment portfolio. They'll kick out their bread for some stock. It's just
I
how it is. If I was to
I can't with her in this word bread. I mean, I'm not the most professional person, but just the way she says it, maybe it's just because she's just, Urgh. She's just she's so fake. And she says bread like, who says, and matter of fact, that's probably because nobody says bread anymore. But whatever. That's like saying cheese or cheddar. She's so out of out of out of scope.
tell a sugar daddy, hey, I'm struggling with my mortgage or I'm struggling with my car note or something like that, a sugar daddy would just kick out the bread because I'm telling him, hey, this is what I want. Now, there are a lot of websites out there that you can go on where they, show you a plethora of sugar daddies.
Wait a minute, not a plethora, a plethora, girl.
But personally, I'm old school with it, I guess, because I prefer to meet a sugar daddy where he is. So, where sugar daddies frequent are places like seminars, conferences, charity events, golf courses.
Girl, How is you getting invited to places like that? Please tell me. Cause you ain't got no type of status while you sitting here on Facebook, and for the past 3, 4, 5 years you've been between homeless and 1 minute homeless, 1 minute in a condo, 1 minute in a mansion. Girl.
Places like that. Most of the females that have become sugar babies have become this because of the places that they have worked at, actually, because a lot of them will work at a high end place, waiting tables or whatever they're doing there. They usually end up running into millionaires often, okay? But it has to be like a high end place where millionaires are all of the time.
Oh my God. If she ain't trying to be Kevin Samuel's female version with her, oh my goodness, with her, um, I can't even think of the words.
Now, like I said, it's a lot of scam artists online that are contacting you
Like you, scam artist.
and say, hey, I'm a sugar daddy. You know, we have to do a trust pact or some weird name they done called it, where you have to send in $15 for a verification fee. That's a scam. All right. Usually when you're dealing with a real sugar daddy, just build the relationship with time. If it get weird from the beginning, like if you have a bad intuition from the beginning, pull away from it because it's probably going to be a dramatic situation. Just trust your instinct. I'm 40 years old. I still have sugar daddies. Let that sit with you.
Soncerae, quit fucking lying. Girl. Mm-mm-mm. And why is that something to be proud of and to be on here talking about because you ain't got nothing else to talk about? Okay.
Just let that sit with you. A sugar daddy is probably 10 plus years older than you. So I don't think if I was like 60, I could be like, yo, I got a sugar daddy. But because I'm 40, of course, of course. If you are in your
Because she 40, of course. Girl, if you don't get your expired powdered eggs out of here, girl, don't nobody want you at 40, especially with a toddler and 100 pounds overweight and with that wig on looking like um Rapunzel.
early 20s and you are a sugar baby or considering being a sugar baby, please understand that these men might be out here trying to groom you into something crazy. All right, you really are an empty cup. You are an empty cup. And a lot of times,
Maybe she should go back to being a madam. Um, yeah, and maybe one of her first clients should be her daughter. Pimp her out, you scumbag.
men want to put something detrimental in it. Okay, so you make sure that you understand what you pulling in, what type of energy you pulling in. Not all sugar babies are high-end prostitutes. No, some of them genuinely care about their daddies. All right. Now, being
Oh my God. Why would they care about their daddies? They sugar. Why would you? Why would you? If that's the case, when you just try to have a relationship as opposed to using the man? I mean, come on. Why don't you talk about being a sugar mama? Because I'm uh I believe I'm more likely to believe that you're a sugar mama than the other way around.
sugar baby is still business. It's about business. So when you are contacting these sugar daddies or these sugar daddies are reaching out to you, make sure that you have a name that you use. Please do not use your legal name when you are dealing with a sugar daddy. Go out there, create you a name, and turn that name into an LLC. Okay, and use that name for everything. Use it a business account for everything. Everything is about business. Okay, it's a lot of sugar daddies out there that will toss you money via Cash App. But honestly, I feel like Cash App is the last place you need to be doing a money transaction at. If anything, you need to be using like Zelle or maybe even Venmo. And a lot of times they just want to deposit money into your account. When you are first meeting a sugar daddy, do not give your account information. Do not give your personal information out to these men because you don't know who you're dealing with. After time, you figure out who you're dealing with, then you handle it that way. Then you could possibly start giving them some personal information. But honestly, I would not talk to them about my kids. I wouldn't talk to them about anything outside of them and what they want. It's about them. You understand? Now, at the same time, it's about you and how he could take care of you financially. So those need to be conversations that you're having as well. Don't be out here forgetting what you need. Don't let
Okay, so Miss Independent Modern Woman is resorting to being a sugar baby and telling other women, females, to be sugar babies. Um, Yet and still she brags about making her own money and this, that, and the third, and she don't need no man. Yada yada yada. Black men this, black men that. So you must be messing around with white men because it's clear that you don't really care about black men. But girl, white men don't even want you.
what he wants eclipse what you need. All right. The decent sugar daddies fly under the radar. So they're not going to be out there saying, hey, I'm a sugar daddy. You know, that's not how that go at all. You could get on sites like, I think it's a site called Seeking Arrangements. I never tried Seeking Arrangements, but I'm just telling you, like, to me, these websites that claim that that's where sugar daddies and sugar babies are, to me, it just seems off. I just haven't seen any sugar daddies just be like, bling, I'm a sugar daddy. You know what I mean? Like they end up becoming that with time, you know? And a lot of women, like, I ain't got time. I ain't got time to be waiting for, building trust and being friend with, and you ain't got time to have a sugar daddy because you have
Hell, by that time, why you ain't telling girls to get their own shit? By that time, building trust and a relationship, that's basically what you're doing is a relationship. Girl, I would never ever, even if I ever wanted to or thought about being a sugar baby, ever get advice from you.
to invest in them because a lot of times they're looking for a friendship or somebody to talk to or some type of companion. So look for them offline, maybe a hotel lobby. And I'm talking about a high end hotel lobby, not Motel 6.
Soncerae, when have you ever walked into a high-end hotel lobby? Please tell us where you go.
I mean, like those hotels, like the Marriott Marquise in Atlanta. The Marriott Marquise in Atlanta has a conference center attached to it. So those are the hotel lobbies that I'm talking about. Anything that has to do with business or conferences or seminars or something like that.
Okay, no cap. I don't even use that word. That's for the kids, but cuz I'm 40 myself. But anyway, um no, I mean no disrespect. I'm 5'7", okay? And I'm not putting myself out there or anything like that, but I just got to be honest. What high-end dude want to deal with a 40-year-old, short, fat, 5'2" broad instead of a tall, slim, statuesque girl with no kids, no baggage or nothing like that. And I'm not saying it can never happen, but ain't nobody rocking with Soncerae. Anyway, that's the end of this video because I can't listen to that voice another second. All right, you guys. Make sure you comment, like, share, subscribe, all that yada yada yada. And we'll talk again soon. Peace out.